Time for the final Bowser stage. This one can be kind of rough, too. I don't think it's as bad as 8-4, but it can be pretty bad. The thing with this one, there's no, like... I don't think there's, like, a maze or anything. There's no, like, gimmicks. It's just a really long stage. Like, that's what this stage is. Just a very, very long Bowser level. Actually, there are some gimmick spots, but... Well... Yeah. There's still tough jumps and all that, and lava everywhere, but... I don't think it's quite as bad as Castle 8. And debatably Castle C. Although that opening firebar is not fun. Basically, got to time it getting to the walls, you make your jump over there. Yep, just like that. And they do have a lot of difficult jumps here. It's just not very full of gimmicks. At least my memory serves me right. Well, I guess my gimmicks are still the lost level staples. I don't think you want to go down that pipe. I think you actually want to go to the end this time. I think. God damn it! Yeah, I think I got rid of the pipe maze, and now you actually have to, like, legitimately get to the end. As a matter of fact, I could be wrong. There might be, like, actual reverse world warps in this stage. Maybe. I know one of the castles has them.
That would be some shit.
Going back to World A! No!
No, go back to World 1.
That would be mean. That would be so mean. Well, thankfully, the frickin' Super Mario All-Stars has a level select feature. So if we did do that, we just quit the game and go right back to the level we were at. And now we're here, we basically unlocked every level in the game, so we can just do any level we want, whatever we want. Whenever that will be again, who the fuck knows? Never. Probably never. But yeah, pretty sure you want to get to the end of every single room. They basically don't want you taking any shortcuts through any of the stage. They want you to experience the whole thing. That doesn't look so bad. Oh! Yep, this is how you want to handle it. Yep, you want to get to the end warp pipe in every room. There's a bar outside out of freaking nowhere. Oh! Yeah, this one was long. I still don't think it's as bad as 8, but it's a long level. They got rid of some of the most awkward jumps in the stage, I will say, though. Still like stealing a bunch of awkward jumps. Ooh! Damn, that timing. Oh! Yeah, we're getting a lot of the jump timing down. After this, Mario is really a fucking joke.
And watch me somehow die more to that game.
If you died more in Mario 3 than this, I would be shocked. You've died over 100 times in this game. Like, I would be shocked that you managed to die that many times in Mario 3. Like, I can see you hitting the double digits, not the triple, though. Oh man, some of the games later on in friggin' Mario 3 get rough. Especially worlds 6 through 8. And a bit of World 3.
Because I remember the first time I played it, it was the freaking World 8 gauntlet with the tanks and all that.
Yup.
That melted me the first time, and the second time I beat it, I just used all the fucking P. Save all the P stuff just to...
Yep. I know people do say one of the personal gaming hells in Mario 3 is probably the air fleet level, or all the small ships.
Yeah.
That one. Some people say it's one of the best design levels in Mario history. Others say it's fucking torture. Because there's so many precise jumps you have to do if you want to get through it right.
Yeah.
That's why I usually use the P-Wing for it, because it's brutal. It's a brutal level. And then you have the main stages that come after that. Like the one that has all the hills and the sand, and then the sun's chasing you at the end of the stage.
Those ones aren't... Actually, they're kind of annoying, too.
Yeah, 8-2 is pretty rough. 8-1 has a lot of bullet bills, if I remember.
Yeah. I think I remember the one with the bullet bills was the one I really fucking hated.
Oh yeah, probably because you were trapped between two giant towers of bullet bills. Yep. I can probably see exactly where you got upset at it. Yep. That's exactly what I expect. Let's see if we can get around the hammer bro again. That'd be nice. No! Oh, alright then. Got around him indeed. Yep, Wind is here too. So yeah. By gimmicks, I meant like gimmicky rooms. I didn't mean like gimmicks from this game were going all together. They're bringing all the gimmicks back. God damn you, Blooper, get out of my way. Oh! That was close. Now they get rid of the Wind. Do a long running jump. Dick move game. Yep. Yep. Yeah, still not gonna be easy, of course. Definitely no spiral levels in my gaming hell, because spiral levels are usually pretty tame.
Spiral levels are... like, I would never consider any of them personal hells.
That treetop level, though, was kind of annoying. Where you had to fucking do the...
like, the main... I'm thinking about it, but this is mostly me thinking about it from the main trilogy.
Yeah.
And, in my case, Season of Flame.
Right.
Like, I don't really consider any of the spiral levels of the games I played a living hell.
I was like, getting all the shit in the treetop level in Spiral 1, though, kind of sucked. Because you had to realize how you had to do that route with the boost.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure that out, but honestly, I found that more clever than anything else.
I love that even the Reignited trilogy, like, you did great to get so far. Yeah, you could have put yourself in a better spot.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, thank you for saying exactly how I felt. Like, I could not figure that out for a while.
Yeah, I was like thinking when I was looking, I'm like, does it really work like this?
I'll admit though, the freaking hoverboarding shit in Spyro 3 somewhat pissed me off. Once I realized I had to do tricks to get boost meter for all that shit.
Yeah, that was a little annoying.
And I carried that over to Ratchet & Clank, oddly enough. I didn't even think about that till now.
Yeah, but then again, the hoverbike thing was only one game, I think.
Yeah, still I carried from Spyro 3 to Ratchet & Clank 1.
Yeah.
It's very similar.
And then he ripped some of the stuff out from Ratchet & Clank 1 to 2. And then 2 to 3 by extension.
Right. Well, I mean, it makes sense. Their trilogies and stuff.
Yeah.
They ripped out their skill points. You still have to beat the whole game to reveal them. Which is a dick move.
It's not until Ratchet 4 that they really...
They give it to you right from the start?
They tell you how to fucking get them.
Oh yeah, 3 they give it to you. They give you the names, but they don't tell you how to do it. That's right.
2 also does that too. Actually,
right.
2 and 3 change it so that they tell you the name of the skill point. You gotta figure out how the hell that the skill that even means.
I mean, you don't think that 3 tells you where you can get it. Or does 2 also do that?
I think 2 also does that.
Okay.
Sure.
I remember if it's 1, I think you said basically. You have to beat the whole game to reveal any of the skill point shit. You can still get them, but...
You can still get them, but it's like, the game doesn't tell you that they exist.
Yep. Randomly shot a blip, it's got a skill point. The fuck? I just beat up that Quark Robe, I got a skill point. The fuck? I found a snow Dan, I got a skill point. I just want to beat that thing up.
It is funny.
It's like, thanks for the skill points, I don't know how to get them, but I'm getting them. Do they do anything for me? Oh wait, they give you... It's only 2 they give you cheats, right?
2 and 3 they give you cheats.
Yeah, 1 is just there for pride. Similar how it was for Spyro 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting if Spyro 2 had skill points. I don't remember.
I mean, technically they're cheats, but it's really just more cosmetic stuff.
Right, mostly cosmetic, yep. And you're altering the game data, why not?
Yeah.
At least it's fun.
Because I know I played Rift Apart and And again, I will say that again. That's not the. I'm trying to remember if they even have skill points or if it's just the bolts.
They got rid of the skill point thing altogether. That'd be. I mean, I do like the skill point thing. It's nice to like experiment the game world and all that. Like, it's one of the things that encourages you to like interact with some of the environment they built. It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
It's not like you're required to do it. It's just there if you want to do it. It lets you show like how far they're willing to like let things interact with you. So at least one of those things I feel it's good attention to detail for like the world building.
Yeah. Then again, you also know how I am about how much I really prioritize world building in my game.
Yeah, I mean like
it's fun, but
just like the feel of it. It's like it's nice you can like interact with all that stuff. And give you like a little thing for interacting with it. It's nice. It encourages you to interact with a lot of the extra elements that you may not need to interact with. Imagine Metroid Prime had you freaking getting skill points for shooting those fucking birds. It fucking shows no ruins.
Yeah.
This little fucking bird is flying overhead. Beat the Boost Guardian, that'll take you damage. Fuck you. That's impossible! Joke's on you. You should have gotten to fight the Boost Guardian when you got the light suit. What?! Don't you fuck with me! Oh, it did remind me. I was playing through Metroid Dread again. I actually made fought my way to get through the Dread boss rush.
You were talking to me about that a while back.
Oh god, it was painful. A lot of my time for the run looked pretty good. Oh, it looked pretty good for the most part. You look at my times like, oh, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, not bad. Ravenbeak, half an hour. I kept dying to Ravenbeak. Sometimes he just start, he'd slash me, I die 1 second in. Other times, he do the second phase, he stomps on me, I die. God damn it. The fact that they thought about incorporating the game to have a mode like that, it's just a dick move.
Yeah, speaking of boss rushes, if I wanted to go back to freaking Prince of Persia, I got something to look forward to on that front.
Ooh, the game is a boss rush, nice.
Yep, that was one of the DLC things included.
Nice. It's another game I still need to get. Another one up for Game of the Year so far. Yeah, there's not too much that's released yet that's been up for Game of the Year in my mind.
Yeah.
That's probably one of them. And I haven't tried that Animal Well game, but that's one I know a lot of people are really liking right now. People are probably just going to say Shadow of Airtree, because of course they are. You can give it best expansion, fine, but don't say it's Game of the Year, when it's just more of the same fucking game you played like 2 or 3 years ago.
And by that proxy, every single one of the remakes that we've got so far shouldn't be justified.
Yeah, you're right. Damn it. You're not wrong. It hasn't been, well... Man, it depends on how good that new Mario Luigi game is.
I hope it's good. I have faith it'll be good.
At least be as good as Superstar Saga.
Yeah.
Which, in my mind, would put you better than Partners in Time and Paper Jam. Reach the grandness of Dream Team and Bowser's Inside Story, you'll come back and they're freaking just bursting through the door.
Yeah.
You'll come back in grand fashion. That's all I want to say. God damn it! A grand reemergence of the series. Be as good as your best 2 games. Oh. Ow! God damn you, Hammer Bro! Yeah, this level's definitely gonna be a bit. Because fucking all the goddamn traps and enemies. Look at that firebar. I can't jump with that thing watching me. It likes to roast me. Makes it hard for me to concentrate. Especially when I'm actually on fire. Yeah, that one big game thing Capcom has, this is one of the only games I can think of that's like... Can't think of anything else any other big publishers are doing other than Nintendo. Like, I don't know what else Capcom is up to other than friggin' Monster Hunter Wilds. Oh right, I forgot, there's rumors that they're trying to remake a lot of the older Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
Like supposedly... 5?!
Which is one that a lot of people are kind of baffled by because a lot of people think 5 is fine. Myself included, to be fair. I never actually beat the game, but I played it. And I think it's great.
And it's weird, there are rumors of Code Veronica not being remade, but reported.
Which is strange because of all the games, I feel like Code Veronica's the one that deserves the remake treatment more than anything else.
We need more Steve. You need to make Steve better. You know, that's actually probably true, if I had to
Or
guess.
remake 0.
That's another one I think I heard. Even though it's basically... And that logic, remake Resident Evil 1 again.
Some people are thinking that's what's going to happen next afterwards, which would be dumb.
3 different versions of the same fucking game. Like, I know there are plenty of games that had multiple different versions. They've all been different, but if they had a 3rd version of that game, that'd be like the first I've heard of that's done that way.
And it really would kind of make... It would make it look bad.
Like, there are a lot that...
Like, it's one thing to make a remake of a game that already existed before. I'll give you 1. But 2... But it's like a remake of a game that already existed before. Again, it's like...
Yep.
It really does make you look bad.
Remake a game 2 different times. Oh wait, dude, last was part 1! No, the first one was a remaster, then it was a remake. Then again, I was gonna say, I think they're remaking... I was like, didn't they remake The Last of Us Part 2?
Yeah, they did remake The Last of Us Part 1 with Part 2's engine.
Yep, and they remastered Part 2 again. Which is funny thing, if you're wondering why that's not on PC, I know exactly why. You can probably take a good guess, if you know, the multimedia brand that it is now. They're gonna wait for Season 2 to come out.
Yeah.
That's where they're gonna throw it on the PC.
So if The Last of Us Part 1 is anything to go by, who knows if it'll turn out well.
It would be interesting to see if they did take the show and take it in a different direction from the games, but something tells me they won't.
At this point, I just...
They added filler content. I don't know if the show itself is gonna go in a different direction.
I mean, Last of Us has always been a series that I respect more than I actually like.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I think it's just because I feel like I've seen enough people talk about it that I think I've already got the 2 cents I need of this series.
Yeah.
And I know the gameplay is in a genre of game that I just never fully cared about. I was never big on stealth games.
Stealth action. You just have some exceptions like Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
I would say, does Uncharted have stealth or not really?
It's pseudo-stealth, I'd call it, because...
You can sneak around, but you can also actually
there
fight
comes
your
a
way
point
through.
where eventually you will have to go into a gunfight at certain points.
Okay.
So it's not like it's complete stealth. There are some stealth sections, but then there are stealth sections that start off as stealth sections, but eventually it will devolve into a firefight.
Huh, yeah. It does sound like... You know, it does sound like Metal Gear Solid in a way. You have a lot of similarities. It's just it's more about the actual... I guess it's probably deeper combat, maybe. At least with the gunplay. Where...
It's very more fast and frantic, I guess is the best way to put it. Whereas with...
Metal Gear Solid, it's like, if you get spotted, you're in a tough spot. Because then reinforcements can come infinitely.
Yeah, it's like, you need to understand how to stealth, otherwise you're fucked.
Yep. You can fight your way through it, it's just not the ideal way to do it. Where Uncharted, you can fight your way through it, but you can also sneak around if you don't want to waste resources. Well, I'm sure running out of resources is probably not a problem in those games.
Yeah, resource management isn't really a problem in that game since you can knock people out and get their weapons.
Ah.
So you always have a weapon, if you know what you're doing.
Right, that makes sense. Can you do melee combat in Uncharted?
It's very basic.
Okay, so they encourage you to get a gun. Alright, at least you can
It's
do
more
something.
encouraged to have a gun.
Right. But you can sneak up on somebody and choke them out or something, or at least, like, knock them out
There's
somehow.
some small things you can do in Uncharted. But it really does emphasize the third-person action aspect of it.
I mean,
Or
yeah.
third-person shooter aspect
Yes,
of it.
I mean, Naughty Dog's known for going for their cinematic flair. Makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
It's a lot bigger you feel like you're watching a movie.
And in the case of Uncharted, it's just my speed, I guess is the best way to put it.
Right.
Because I remember the one time I tried playing Pandora Tomorrow, I couldn't even get past the first mission, and I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. So I just said, screw it, I'm done.
Damn. I wonder if they're gonna report the freaking Vita Uncharted game on a Sony console at some point.
I think they did.
Maybe it is playable on PS4.
Because they do have the Legacy, like the Uncharted collection.
Right. Oh, and Golden Abyss is in there?
I'm pretty sure Golden Abyss is in there.
Huh. And it's another one of those things, I don't really know what people thought about a lot of the PS Vita library.
From what I heard, it's like, it's okay, but you're not missing much by skimming out on it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of rumors, there's rumors that Xbox might be releasing a handheld. Potentially. Which, you know, considering how hard they want Game Pass to go, it actually would make a lot of sense.
That doesn't sound like a terrible idea.
Yeah. They could keep that their Series S equivalent. Well, maybe not as powerful, but, you know. I wonder if it's just going to be a tablet or it's going to be like the Switch, if they are going to go that route. It probably won't be like the Switch. Maybe you could stream it. I don't know if they'll do a thing where, like, you get enhanced power from docking it. I think Steam Deck does that. Maybe it would. Just probably not as powerful as their main console counterpart.
If you're gonna have a console counterpart as well, they're probably gonna have to cheap out on that aspect of it, which would probably serve as a double edge.
I mean, Series S is basically them cheaping out on that one. Its friggin' CPU or whatever is weaker than the... It's either the CPU or the GPU that's a lot weaker in the Series S, and that's why a lot of games don't run that well on it compared to the Series X, even with the downgraded resolution. That's why Baldur's Gate took forever to get to the Xbox, because frickin' Series S cannot handle the multiplayer, while Series X can do it just fine. It would be smarter than to just retire the Series S altogether, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to...
Then again, considering where, like I said, I don't like harping on the frigging Hi-Fi Rush devs, but it does sort of make me wonder what the next big thing Xbox is going to do, because...
I hope they're not trying to go after any more developers. They seem to have a lot right now if their showcase was anything to go by, their developer direct, whatever they want to call it.
Part of it makes me wonder, like, they overspent, so now they're just treating them all as, like, tax write-offs or whatever.
Maybe. That could be part of it.
So no one...
I know Bracer Group started doing that. They saw a lot of their stuff. They started paying back a lot of their loans, finally.
Yeah, and everybody else suffers for it.
Yep. Of course. That's why I always have faith in the Japanese gaming companies. They frickin' never do that shit.
That's because of the laws that are there in Japan versus here in the States.
I know the guy who runs FromSoft said he would never put the company in a situation they'd have to lay people off.
The thing is also, it's just you have to think about where they are now versus where they are in the future and who's running it, the shit later on.
Yep.
That's kind of like with Steam as well. It's like Gabe Newell's he cares about the consumer.
Yep.
Despite what, as much as fun as everyone likes to say about, you know, certain things like the DRM and all that nonsense, DRM stuffs.
That's just kind of the nature of a lot of PC gaming stuff, in a way.
Unless you're GOG.
Yeah, that's right. You don't need online DRM for that.
GOG is like the only exception for that.
Alright, Epic Game Store has you on that too, huh?
Yeah. Though in Epic, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot for a bunch of different reasons.
Yeah.
They're basically giving you like a bunch of free games. Like, because a lot of their thing was just trying to give a bunch of free games, but it's like they're not really gaining any traction doing that, because it's just like, here, let's just get a bunch of free games on this launcher.
You encourage people to use ours, yep. It's not really pulling people away from Steam, though.
Yeah, it's not really pulling people.
They're trying to do exclusivity deals to try to pull people away as well.
But the thing about PC that you have to understand is that they don't like that kind of exclusivity nonsense.
Yep.
They want the option there for everyone so they can do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm. Get in whatever launcher I want. Don't force me to get it in yours. That's why some people have tried to want to target Steam for monopolizing some of the market, I think.
Yeah.
They're doing something I know people want them to go after Steam for. It's something about the way they control some sort of part of the PC market. I just wish I remembered exactly what the details are.
Like, the big thing is, like, you probably make a legitimate argument, but the problem is, hearing it come from, like, the problem is it comes from a suit that, an executive, so it's like, it doesn't really carry as much weight. Because when you hear it come from a suit like that, it comes less from a place of we care about the consumer and more of we care about having a piece of the consumer's pie or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it sounds like.
That's not to say they don't have legitimate points to make. It's just...
And I know Apple's been attacked for a lot of their shit lately.
I mean, they'd be attacked for a lot of nonsense because...
Like the fact they, like...
making exclusive, specific, products that only they can, repair or whatever, that's one thing. Specific, like,
And even their App Store as well. If you release it on their... You only have Apple's App Store, there's not allowed to be another competing one. And you release it on the App Store, on the Apple App Store, some things they don't want you to release it for anything else. Which is fucking weird. Apple's been going after a lot for a lot of their anti-consumer stuff.
It makes me glad I don't have an Apple product.
Like, they've been hit harder than like anybody else on that shit just because of how much they've monopolized the mobile market.
Yeah, they've monopolized the mobile market in a very harsh way. There's a reason why I don't really have any Apple products of my own.
I mean, they do have a really good OS, it's just all the exclusivity shit they do kind of ruins people wanting to use it.
Yeah, because you're basically at the mercy of them.
Yep, you can only use it the way they want you to use it. For Android phones, you can kind of use them in a lot of different ways, because a lot of different companies work on those phones, and yeah, they have different versions of Android running on it. I mean, a lot of it can be run by Google as well, but, you know.
Yeah.
At least Google's not, like, forcing them to use it a certain way.
That's why I have my Samsung, because it's still technically run by Android stuffs.
Yeah. I was saying, Android's, like, run by Google, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Like, for as much crap as the Google thing can give, it's just... There is a little bit of a community, like, people can use it freely.
Yeah.
Sort of deal. There's the open source aspect, that's what it is.
Exactly, yep.
It's like the open source aspect is what makes that more attractive.
Yep.
Despite, yeah, and plus the Apple products are more expensive and you're kind of limited to their, ecosystem.
Yep. You can only use their ecosystem on their phones. You can't use anything else on them. They're not compatible with anything else that's not frickin' Apple related. Like, That's why I hate it when some people keep trying to tell me, it's like, why don't you go to an iPhone? Are you poor? Don't you want to use the better phone? It's like,
the Apple
the
phone
arguments you guys are having are terrible. Like,
I love the one video that someone memed up, or someone talked about, which was, you know, you compare the Apple and the Samsung, and you compare them both, and when you sit there and you look at it objectively, it's like the Samsung probably offers the same things that the Apple product does, but at a more reasonable price. Yeah. And yet you still choose the Apple product because it's a known brand. It's the brand identity thing.
And also, Apple touting features they're adding that have been on Android phones for years.
Yeah.
Like USB-C ports.
It's like, congratulations, USB-C has been something that everybody else has done except for you because you wanted to be exclusive and be...
Yep. EU basically told them, stop doing that. Everybody else is doing this, you have to too. Stop forcing people to buy extra products just because you're greedy. And aren't willing to change with the frickin' technology we have today.
Yeah. It's like we had the better technology, but they just refused to take part in it because, you know...
I'll say. Another big thing that made me leave iPhone, because I had iPhones when I started. I think I had like a... I think my first iPhone was like a 4, a Model 4. And I liked it. So when I had time to get a new phone, I upgraded to another one, the iPhone 6S Plus. It was basically one of their first big phones, and it had Siri in it. It was one of the beginning of those. I remember my phone eventually had some touchscreen problem where like random parts of the screen would act like they're getting touched when I wasn't touching anything, because I think the panel would get fucked up. It was a known issue with the phone model in question, so, you know, I was like, okay, well, I should get Apple to repair it since it's something that the phone model's well known to get fixed, to have a problem with. You think that would be for free? Nope.
Yeah, you have to pay for it.
Yeah. And I was going to get charged half off to fix it, which would be $150.
That sounds about right.
Half off for a common problem so many people run into. That shit should be free. If it's been that bad a problem that it's been recognized, and you give a discount instead of just make it free, and also mention the fact that's still expensive as fuck. So you're telling me it would cost $300 to regularly fix my fucking phone?
Yeah.
That's why you get a new phone. Like, Jesus. Screw you, Apple. That was what made me leave.
It's like everybody else in my family, I think, uses Apple products except for me, because I'm like, I know exactly how much bullshit Apple does
like that
with their
shit,
products, so...
The shit that basically I had to get a common problem fixed for $150 was asinine.
Yeah.
I could not stick with them after that. That was insane. I had to deal with all the problems of trying to help out my mom, always trying to get into her network and things, of all the freaking things she used to connect with. Her
And also,
email working,
this
all
is
that
also
stuff.
a thing that, because my parents sometimes give me their phone to have to, like, go to their apps, and sometimes, like, trying to go through the interface of an Apple product just makes me want to fucking throw it against the wall, because...
Having to find where some of the things are organized.
How it even works.
So much harder to get to some of those things. It's just, ugh.
Kind of, like, sometimes you just get the Apple, and I'm like, I'm gonna throw this thing against the fucking wall, because, like, I'm trying to figure out how to get this fucking thing to work, and it just... It's aggravating.
Yeah. That's why I like all my Android phones. And again, at least the Pixel I have, the Google phones are basically, they have like the interface of an iPhone, but it's Android. It's like the best of both worlds. As much crap as I do give Apple their practices, their OS is pretty freaking good. It's just Apple themselves like to make things difficult.
They want to try and make themselves as exclusive as possible in a way.
Like you know how Android phones have trouble communicating with iPhones and stuff?
Yeah.
Because, like, iPhone can't send them high-quality things? That's Apple's fault! They actually, one of the things that Android phones use is, like, RCS, which allows them to, like, send, like, high-quality messages and shit between themselves. Apple doesn't have that. They rely on iMessage. So if they're talking to an Android phone, they go back to using a very primitive form of text messaging. Which is why a lot of the things that come from an iPhone to an Android are very low quality.
From iPhone to Android?
Yes. I don't know the same for Apple from Android to iPhone, but I know it's an Android problem. It's an iPhone problem, I mean. It's an iPhone problem. Because Apple basically purposely made it so if you're messaging somebody who has an Android phone, they go through the low quality service. I think recently they've been basically told they have to implement RCS so they can communicate with Androids properly too.
Yeah.
They'll still put in the green bubble to let you know you're not talking to an iPhone user though. The green bubble's so terrible. Ugh. That's another argument I hear. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? The color of the fucking text bubble's gonna bother you? So you know you're not talking to an iPhone user, you're gonna complain about that?
That's the thing that makes you whine and complain. It's like...
I know. Oh, the Elias type shit you get from iPhone users? It's like some of the shit that's, you know, kept me away from PCs for a long time. The PC master race. Like, you know, they'll harp on all the strong points and their customization stuff. But, you know, they assume there's, like, no negatives at all. They basically, like, you don't play a PC, you're a retard. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, like, I already harped on one earlier on. It's like, hey... It's like, hey, guess what? I have PC. Congratulations. I want to play something multiplayer.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Multiplayer's
The only way you're going to do it is online when everybody else owns the fucking game on their
Multiplayer.
PC.
multiplayer with people in the same room is a lot easier on consoles. Consoles are streamlined, so you don't need to have like specific specs, which also brings the fact that price, that you can be spending a shitload of money to get a high-end PC to do a lot of shit.
Then again, there's also a lot of thing where, like, even as someone who knows how the PC stuff, it's kind of like there's this elitist thing of, oh, well, how come you don't know how to do this? It's not like, oh, sorry, I'm new to the PC market, you fucking asshole.
Yeah.
There's sort of this elitist thing of, like, where people are like, oh, how could you not notice? You are on PC for a long time. It's like, I don't understand this because I've only been doing this for so years, you fucking
I know.
asshole. Like, that's the thing that gets on my skin more than anything
That's
else.
the PC Master Race that Yahtzee always talked about. That's the stereotype for it right there. Just
Like, for me, it's just like, I see it, it works exactly as I want it to, so...
yeah. That's all you really need. Oh, bonus area to Bowser Castle. It doesn't feel right. Oh boy, we're getting somewhat close to the end. Oh yeah, it's Bowser! Let's get away from him. Watch out for all the bloopers. Also watch out for the hair, bro. We're almost there. We're almost there.
Oh, why?
Yup. We're almost there, though. Oh, there's a tough spot to run through. Final Bowser! Oh, there's a fire bar. Well, at least it runs with you, not against you.
Yep, goes with the flow. What's the fucking flow?
Come on, fucker! You don't have a lot of time! There's no way you're gonna get through me now!
Talk's ticking!
That's right, you have to get through me real quick. Oh, that doesn't hurt me. What? What up? That's how it happens when I'm short, bitch. Fuck you. Woo! Wow, I got through Bowser your first try, though. There's that freaking big gap to the Piranha Plant.
Yep.
Well, see, last one's not that bad once you get through that, but Jesus Christ! Damn, she's really putting out! Thank you, Mario, for restoring peace to our kingdom. Hurrah to our hero, Mario! Save and quit. Get the hell out of there. Looks like that we're finally done boss levels. So, what do you think?
You know, for as much grief at hell as I've gone through, I don't completely hate it, but there is one thing that does hold it back.
The hidden blocks.
Yes.
More than anything else.
Honestly, the hidden blocks are the one thing that honestly make me not like this. Because otherwise, I do kind of enjoy it, in a weird way.
It's like taking the original Super Mario Bros. You had and just basically trying to make levels, like, purposely difficult. And yet, they craft them well enough where you can get through it. Oh, also, you did play as Luigi.
Yeah.
Remember, Luigi physics if you have that. Slippery shoes but higher jumping. Probably better for speedrunning purposes, but otherwise... oh boy, it's painful. Oh god. Playing as Luigi, I hate. I hate playing through as Luigi. But yeah, it's basically Mario 1 again, so, you know. You get what you can out of it.
Yeah.
And I will still say All-Star is probably the best way to play it, so you don't have to go through the full torture, like the NES version. I know some people hate the SNES version because the physics aren't quite the same as they were in the NES versions.
Then you're gonna have those people that are kind of divided because some people probably played the game more...
Played it to death. Yep. And those people play it to death, and they'll play a modern version, and they're like, it's not the same, it doesn't work right. God damn it, this game sucks!
Yeah.
Look at that shit.
Like, that's what happens when you get people that play a game for a long time. They're used to that game's physics and how it works.
And when they alter it to feel more modern, it doesn't exactly translate well, and they remake a game one-to-one in a way, it can feel a little off, but to say it's just outright worse is... it's very ignorant, honestly.
It is an extremist opinion, mostly because it comes from a place of, I've only played the game from, from one angle.
Yep. Playing the way it was originally intended. But maybe playing as intended isn't the best way to go. Maybe it's better to try to improve on it, make it better than it could have been. And that's what this All-Star Collection really was.
Yeah.
Basically gave it a modern facelift, thrown in basically more.
But with that being said, that is the end of the Lost Levels.
Oh, thank God.
So now we run into an impasse. Because with Super Mario Bros. 3, there is this.
Yes, there's also the Game Boy Advance version.
And honestly,
Which is also on here, yes.
if we're going to come back to the Mario universe for the 2D Mario stuffs,
Oh, you'd have to use my account for that.
Yeah.
Because remember, it's Switch Online
Yeah.
based. I just have that account name there just in case for other games. But yep.
But honestly, if I'm going to go back to Mario 3, I think I will go from here. If I can find it.
The
There
Game
we
Boy
go.
Advance one, yep.
There we go. We'll do it from here, actually, because I guess I can see if they do the online stuff with the special levels as well, because if they do, it can show that stuff off.
It has the same features as the Wii U version.
So the answer to that is yes.
Yep. Although I would say it's probably better recording on the Wii U, because I'll say the one thing about the Game Boy Advance emulation of the Switch, I don't like the colors. They're like really dark. For some reason, the colors don't translate well on this. It still looks okay, but compared to Wii U, it does not look as good.
Yeah, but if we're going to go back to the game,
I mean, we played probably the Game Boy Advance version.
we will probably come back to Mario Bros. 3.
It's easier, and if you want to do the e-reader levels, you can do that. That, and once you beat the main game, you can actually go back and do any of the levels you want.
Yeah.
Where otherwise, just a straight run through. Plus, I just feel like Mario Advance 4 is the most polished in the Game Boy Advance ones, and it actually doesn't suffer screen crunch like the other three.
Yep, thank God.
Well, actually, I don't think Yoshi's Island does, but the other two definitely suffer screen crunch.
So yeah, let's just leave that for now. We've already said
When we get back to it, yep, we'll basically go back to the Game Boy Advance version.
Yep, so see you guys then.
Yep! See you then. Finally.